let's talk about anomalies. Let's see what kind of anomalies can happen in conflicts and what causes them. In write-read conflicts, an anomaly called dirty read can happen. This situation is a result of reading uncommitted data from another transaction. For example, say we have a sequence of actions in two transactions. First, W1A, which means transaction 1 writes a value on A. Then R2A, meaning transaction 2 reads a value A. Then W2A, which means transaction 2 writes to A. And then R1A, which means transaction 1 reads the value from A. We see two write-read conflicts here. Write by transaction 1 on A, that is read by transaction 2 before commit, and a write by transaction 2, which is read by transaction 1 before commit. This situation is called a dirty read, which is a read of dirty data. Dirty data means uncommitted data written by another transaction. The risk of a dirty read is that writing transaction may abort at a later time instead of commit, while the effect of it on the other transaction persists through the uncommitted data that is read. Dirty read happens in write-read conflicts. The second anomaly, which happens in read-write conflicts, is unrepeatable read. For example, in the given schedule, we start with transaction 1 reading from A. Then transaction 2 reads A and writes A again, which might be a different value, for example, after an increment or doing something with the data from A. Then transaction 1 reads it again, seeing a different value from the previous read. This anomaly is called unrepeatable read, and it may happen in read-write conflicts. The third anomaly is the lost update, which happens in write-write conflicts. In the third example, we start with transaction 1 writing A, then transaction 2 writing A and writing B. Then transaction 1 overwrites the value of B written by transaction 2. The problem here is called lost update. And based on the order of the commits that might happen, database may end up with different outputs which might not happen in case of any of the transactions happening in serial. For example, say transaction T1 here was to set a check value to people we call A and B. That value meant to be 1,000. And transaction 2 meant to set A and B to 2,000. The transaction as interleaved in this example will set A to 2,000 and B to 1,000, which is not the result we should expect from either of the transaction 1 or transaction 2.